I don't know, all of the scenes of Jill in like compromised positions look like really sexual, and I don't know how I feel about it, but I've been watching it. I'm probably not gonna buy the game, but it definitely is a thing. I'll give you that much. Us gamers find the true damage being done in the world. We really are able to look past the pale, cut through the fog, and get to what really matters when it comes to the peeling away of normal human decency. And that is obviously Resident Evil Remake leaves some fans fuming over Jill Valentine's skirt. I fear for my great grandchildren when they look through the history books. Hopefully this is put right before the Martin Luther King section, because this is probably more important than anything he probably said or did, which is the Resident Evil 3 remake, which released a couple days ago. Pre-order bonuses include among other things, a classic Jill Valentine costume inspired by her iconic blue boob tube and miniskirt from the 1999 P-Zone original. Unfortunately, it lets some vocal fans fuming, as Capcom has opted to exchange the protagonist's bottom layer for a pair of shorts. No panties shots for you, readers. This pathetic. Yes, this is what really matters. Now, this is Vera Dark. Vera Dark is a registered cringe lord. All right, this is her recent best take so far, which is Jill's Resident Evil 3 pre-order costume is not her original costume. They changed her skirt to a skirt. I guess the ethics department wins again. So this is the original, right? You know, you got the boots, you got the skirt, you got a freaking a sweater tied around her beautiful wide birthing hips, the crop top or whatever this is called. I don't know girl clothes, okay? And this disgusting SJW remake. The cabal of lib wine moms have invaded Capcom and are eating them from the inside out like a unconsensually injected alien egg sprouting in your gut. So this is the offending material. As you can see, I cannot see Jill's throbbing, dripping labia through her panties, and instead we are greeted with this terrible wall, which are basically just gym shorts. Listen, I mean, I bet the guy who modeled her sphincter and cheeks for like probably 3 days straight is probably fuming at this point, because everything is hidden behind these disgusting boy shorts. The SJWs have destroyed what we love. Small changes are still changes. It's not even about the change itself, but once you give up an outfit here and there, once you give up a small change, suddenly all the characters' originality is gone. The fact that you can't see the bottom of her panties when she's crawling through a vent trying to escape a tentacle monster about to deep throat her with their alien seed is actually destroying her character. Everything is gone. Ooh ga ga ga, I got your milky since you want to act like a fucking baby. Who cares? Pick up a football. Dang, ain't that right? People on the internet complaining about whether or not you can see skirts. I just want to grill. So here's 9volt, right? 9volt is a gaming journalist. He's pretty big on Twitter, at least. He's not crazy. He doesn't have like super wild takes, but the Quartering made a video about it. I'm not gonna go over the Quartering because I respect you all a little bit more than to go over a video made by the Quartering. We would all lose brain cells in there. But he complained in his video, among many complaints that you probably already heard. You know, the SJW cabal has finally taken over Capcom, and they are removing a female character anus shots that we all held dear to ourselves in the late 90s. And they've been replacing it with putting them in boy shorts, which is far less spank bank material, I must say so myself. So he didn't even say much about this. What he did, so the Quartering was mad because he just screenshotted this and said lol. And he said, look at him sending his 77,000 followers to harass this poor tiny YouTuber. This absolute man baby child, the Quivering, complaining about someone criticizing another person. False advertisement, that's kind of illegal. I can see some trolls actually want to sue or contact the FTC or something. I mean, they literally said it was the original costume and of the game. That can be easily proven, and technically you could get a class action lawsuit for false advertisement. They want a class action lawsuit because they can't see panty No panty class action lawsuit. Fine, this is the last straw. They've taken everything from us. Women on the World War II battlefield in Battlefield, freaking a woman in Star Wars winning a lightsaber fight, and finally the last straw, not being able to see big booby zombie killer panty when she do flying roundhouse kick. Gamers rise. It's time. This is the change. This is what the two models look like side by side. Here's the old one, and here's the new one. What is Resident Evil when you cannot crawl through a vent and you cannot see Jill Valentine's quivering clit? What is Resident Evil besides that? I can't tell you. I really can't. Mostly because I've never played a Resident Evil game, and partly because the internet told me so. Capcom lied to us. Yes, the game is great, but I didn't get hard. I didn't get hard enough. Skirts are now more ethical than skirts. You heard it here. Maybe it's not like more ethical, and maybe it's just because in the modern day, in a lot of games, panty shots just aren't, they just aren't as cool anymore. There are lots of games with good fanfare, mind you, that still have good fanfare and that are still liked. Listen, I don't know if any of you guys have played Nier Automata, but in the first mission, like the opening tutorial mission in Nier, you get like 3 or 4 panty shots. There's a lot of fan service, all right? 2B jumps from a 3-story building and lands, and her skirt flies up, and all you see is like her automaton booty in her pristine white panties under her black maid outfit looking skirt, and no one complained about that, and that's fine. Have you guys ever heard of Skullgirls? Skullgirls, where like half the animation team was spent animating like jiggly boobies for lots of the characters. Like almost all the characters are women, and almost all of them are like voluptuous. There's a lot of fanfare in that game, and that's not wrong. That's okay. That's fine. Not only are they not saying it's literally the exact same costume, it just says inspired by. Yeah, they took out Carlos's cleavage. I want some big man milkies, all right? Probably so they couldn't get sued because they're not original costumes at all. Very misleading to their fans. These people's arguments don't make any sense, right? If you just look at it, it doesn't make it for uno momento, por favor. It makes absolutely no sense. Lots of people are talking about it on surface level, all right? We're gonna dig deep. We're gonna get deep here, all right? There's deep underlying kernel of truth that's under all of this, and I'm going to reveal it to you. The reason that these people's arguments make literally no sense is because they don't hold these beliefs. You look at these two characters, you look at the old model and the new model, they're virtually exactly the same. One literally just looks like a high-res version of the other one. That's not what they care about. What they care about is their conspiracy idea that Trigglypuff and the Humongous Girl have teamed up into their League of Villainy. So I didn't really say exactly what I wanted to. My thoughts were kind of jumbled around here. So I decided I was going to come back and re-record this part at the end here. So what I really wanted to say is that these people are going to use excuses like, oh, this is censorship. Oh, this is weird moral outrage. Oh, this is worthy of a lawsuit or something like that. When really, what they're really mad about here is that the fact that they're losing sexualization in their preferred medium. And we've seen this before. We've seen this when the new She-Ra came out, where She-Ra looked like a 10-year-old girl, and then they said they looked like a boy and complained about how they couldn't beat their dick as hard as they could to when she had like triple G titties. And like I said earlier, there's nothing wrong with fan service, and there's nothing wrong with sexualized characters. But when they change some things to make them a little bit more regular human beings, that's not something to get outraged about.